Hey guys, Mark Myra and Shane Allen here. It's the Interlude Podcast. Shane, hello.
Hi,
Shane,
Mark. How you doing?
good. So we have, wait, can we announce the new show or no?
Yeah,
Oh, we are tickets available at this point?
they should be. This is the future.
This is the future. Okay, so Shane and I were going to be doing another Mark and Shane do comedy set, which is something we did last year. Comedy show. It's just Shane and I doing stand up. We got some funny people coming along doing stand up with us at Comedy at the Carlson on Saturday, April 13th. Tickets are 15 buckarooskies. It's sold out last time. Our last show sold out, so make sure you get those quick because we don't want you to not get tickets if you really want some tickets and get to see Shane and I doing big, long, fat, thick sets of stand up.
Yeah, I mean, we're the draw, I guess, but really the people that we have on this show are probably gonna outshine us by a lot.
Hmm.
They're hilarious. So
Yeah,
come for them, stay for us begrudgingly. That's what we say. That's how you
sure,
sell tickets
sure.
right there.
Yeah, we have E- Enrico. Is that how you say his name?
Yeah, he's white, so I don't usually don't trill it. I just
Oh,
go
okay.
Rico.
Rico.
Yep.
And then who else do we have right now?
Rachel Days.
Oh yeah, Rachel Days. And then another one to be
That's a very
announced.
special guest.
Very special guest. Yeah.
See, yeah. Who could it be? I can tell you after the last podcast who it's not gonna be. It's not gonna be Earl.
Oh, man. Screw him.
I did ask him to do like five. Just start.
Make it three.
Okay, yeah,
We don't
that's
want
that's
people
better.
leaving now,
Hey,
Shane.
come
All
on,
right. We don't want
come
people
on.
leaving. But and Shane had a big announcement, big Facebook announcement.
Oh yeah, yeah. Number two on the way.
Yep, he's taking a
I'm
shit
taking a
right now.
shit. Oh, you
Oh,
son
you
of a
bitch.
bitch. Yeah, we're disgusting. We're not funny. Yeah, baby number two on the way. I can't wait to give this recording to him. Yeah.
Oh, and I
Baby
just
number two on the way. Now I know I can say this out loud. Botch the gender reveal immediately. I think I told Mark the story, but I'll tell the podcast people. Um, didn't know what we were gonna do with the reveal of the gender, but because my wife is old as hell, she's so old and
yeah,
gross. It's
it's a
like
problem.
geriatric pregnancy, so she had to take some tests, and they go through the blood to see how the baby's doing, and they also can determine the gender from the blood. I don't understand how it works, be honest with you, but they're like, take blood from my wife, and they're like, baby's healthy, and it's a boy. And I was like, whatever you want to do, babe, this is all you. You let me know how you want to announce this to the world or to people. And she's like, let's tell my parents first because your parents found out first the last time. Just to be fair, my
Yeah,
parents first.
yeah.
So we're in a group text with my parents and we send them the picture of the ultrasound and they're like, baby's looking healthy. Check this baby out. And I immediately responded, he's got thumbs.
Uh,
Dead silence in the group chat.
oh boy.
Separate chat from my wife, direct message. What the fuck did you just do? And I was like, what? What's the matter?
Yeah.
Pumped. He's got thumbs. What?
Yeah,
It's
you're old. It's nice he has thumbs. You're old.
didn't know you could produce thumbs with that old
Old
haunted
oven.
womb you got
Yeah.
there. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And she's like, "Look at what you used a pronoun." And I was like,
Oh,
"God damn it! I'm so mad at myself for using pronouns. I'm so well, you know me, Mark. I'm
you're
woke as
woke.
hell,
You're
dog.
woke.
I was writing those radio prep sheets for so long, and I never used a pronoun ever, just to be extra safe and careful. And I threw one in there for my own son, so my parents got to know the gender of my son before anybody else.
Also, Shane's also a dumb piece of shit
Yes.
because the last two podcasts we've known that Elena's pregnant, and I've had to delete large chunks out of it because you kept on just slipping and being like, "Oh, we're having a baby.
Yeah, I'm
We're
done.
dying. The baby's on the way." And whoops, we got to delete that.
Yeah, I'm not a smart man. So, future son,
Yeah.
this is it, bud. I know you're going through my old podcast log. God, what a drag that's got to be
Yeah.
for like every up and coming child has this type of
Yeah.
thing for their parent.
Just their dad. The moms are smart enough.
Oh, some moms got some murder podcasts to listen to. Some moms
Um,
got some like sex podcasts to listen to.
so also
Yeah.
so I knew about it, and then well you kind of you it was a pretty open the last time we hung out. We were all hanging out at Radio Social and your wife was there,
Mhm.
and I was I s- the f- I started talking to you guys about it, and you told me that it was a boy, and my first reaction was like, I bet you guys wanted a girl, right? And then I'm like, what am I saying right now? And then I kept on going and just going like, I bet you're pretty upset that you don't have a girl. I'm like, well, hey, in my head, I'm going, hey, Mark, why don't you just shut your stupid fat fucking mouth right now? Like I was like, I'm gonna make Elena cry right now just by saying this.
I don't think she's like upset. I mean, I wanted her to have the girl, but I think we both agree that it's like, it's just going to be easier because we know what we're doing with the boys and everything like that. And we don't have to buy anything. We're going to buy nothing. It's going to
You
be
don't need
great.
it.
This kid's getting just all the rundown crap. Um, but no, I'm super nervous about it because just, you have brothers.
Hmm.
Brothers are awful to each other. Awful. Awful. Me and my little brother fought all of our lives. We still fight. I'd
Hmm.
physically fight my little brother right now, and we're like the same exact age gap between what my boys are going to be. So it's karma coming my way.
Yeah,
Hardcore.
Lily and I were trying to live our lives where, we don't see gender type of thing and wear whatever you want to wear, play with whatever you want to play with, boys and girls. There's no difference in the genders, but there is. And the difference is because I have two daughters and one son. My daughters, when their friends come over, pleasant. They go draw, they they do good for the community. They'll like go clean up trash off the ground. They'll play
On the
with
side of the
dolls.
highway.
Yeah. When my
They
son's
adopt
friends
a they adopt a prisoner and nurse him back to health.
when my son's friends come over and he's broing out, it's literally them just playing Fortnite and going, "You suck. You suck. You're the worst. Oh, I'm kicking your butt. Oh, you suck." And it's like,
Mhm.
dang, just bring the girls over. You guys are awful to each other. They're so mean to each other. I forgot that being a young boy, like being like 9, is just it's a pack of rabid raccoons attacking you all the time, and those are your friends. Your friends are constantly
Those
bringing you
your
down.
best friends that
Your
you
best friend.
die for just
Yeah.
called you the F word 5 seconds before. Yeah.
Yeah, you're just constantly being called gay
Yeah.
at all points. Yeah.
Yeah. That's my best friend, Steve. Yeah. He fucked my mom. Yeah. He tells me it every single day. What? He's my best friend.
He's my best friend.
He
Yeah,
calls me a fat piece of shit every day. That's my best friend,
my
dog.
best friend.
I'll die for him.
Tried to have sex with my sister right now. Best friend. We're getting buried together.
Yeah. I'll kill for him.
We're gonna get to all the Rochester news of the day. We got to remind you what this actual podcast is about.
Yeah. Rochester News Podcast. Welcome to the Interlude Podcast. If this is your first time listening, welcome aboard.
Yeah,
Shane, dad of 2. Mark, dad of
yeah,
3.
3. Yeah. Um, we usually do a quick golf update, and then
Yeah.
we break down what's going on the Gaza Strip.
Yeah.
That's just how this podcast goes, and then we get to the Rochester news, of course.
Yeah, Mark and I, we play we just played the back 9 in Gaza. Uh let's just say didn't make par one single time.
A lot of holes.
A lot of holes. I hit Mark hit his ball in the sand trap. I hit mine into the bunker. You know what I mean? Yikes.
Right. Let's get to some Rochester news, Shane.
You brought it up, man. This is
Look,
your fault.
hey, but we have to hit it. We have to.
We have to hit it every time.
We got to do it.
All
So,
right.
all right, some Rochester news. I got a couple stories. Shane's got some stories. Why don't you start? I think you got more stories than me. Start it off.
Mark, okay. We'll kick it off with what I think is the biggest one. So I've been in Canada and in Boston this past week, so I've not been keeping up on the news, but since this made it into my news feed, that's when I know that a Rochester news story is big enough where people are sharing it and people are messaging me about it. This has got to be the number one. Mark, correct me if I'm wrong. This check kiting scheme,
Oh, yeah.
holy hell, dog. Catherine Mott,
Yeah.
Rochester restaurateur,
Yeah.
owner of many a business, Monroe's, the Winter Garden. They were redoing Crescent Beach. They're fixing that up. She's like a big, big wedding venue owner. So this is something that I probably shouldn't even be talking about because I'm a fat wedding DJ. I probably could get into a lot of trouble
Mm-hmm.
for whatever I say right now, but maybe not because it kind of seems like heading towards prison. I don't
She's
know.
gonna
This is
spend 20 years in
insane.
prison if she gets found guilty of this. Yeah.
$18 million check kiting scheme. Didn't know what that meant.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like,
When
what,
every
you take an ESL, little checkaroon, maybe stick a key bank one on there and fly
dude,
in the sky.
hey. Well,
What?
first off, this led to every Rochester like media personality and news person Googling what check kiting was and then
Mhm.
still not understanding what it was and
Yeah.
pretending to know what it was.
So
I
can I
didn't think
pretend
it
what
would.
I
Yeah, yeah, but
what
I just want to say what you're about to say. I did not know was illegal.
so from what I gather, and correct me if I'm wrong, it seems like this is alleged, right? She allegedly used multiple accounts at First Star Bank and kind of
5 star.
moved Five Star Bank. It says First Star in the Rochester First article, so
Nice, nice.
faux pas on them. Five Star Bank just kind of moving money around, and there's kind of like a waiting period where that money doesn't exist but also kind of exists. Is that
Yeah.
what I'm getting?
Yeah, I'm trying to think of how it would be done in a smaller way. Okay. So it's like if you had zero in your bank account
Yeah.
and you wanted to buy something that was $300, but you had zero in your bank account, you'd write a $300 check and buy that thing. And
Hmm.
then you would go and write yourself a $300 check and put that money that you don't have into your bank account and it would show for 300 to cover the $300 check that you just found, and it was a way to give yourself almost like a gap loan until you got paid again, and then that
Mm,
money would be in there and so you wouldn't overdraw on it, but that money never existed.
yeah.
And but she did it on a level of tens of millions of dollars.
$18.9
Yeah,
million dollars, nearly
that's from what I
20
understand.
million dollars, allegedly. Allegedly.
Yeah, allegedly.
So Winter Garden is a huge, huge wedding venue. Huge. Just like one of like the top ones people like kill to be in the Winter Garden. And my first thought was like when they're seeing this, like, what the hell do you, if you're like a bride and a groom and you find out that the owner of this venue that you booked at is involved in some Catch Me If You Can type Leonardo DiCaprio shit,
Yeah.
dear God, what do you do? Where do you go? Why has nobody called me to be their wedding DJ yet at their, Airbnb wedding that they're switching to? I don't know, but hit me up.
Dude, what's crazy too is that when you hear $18 million, you're like, oh, it sounds like that amount sounds like it should have taken over the span of years, maybe
Hmm.
like a couple of years or maybe 18 months worth of her doing these bad checks. No, Homegirl allegedly started doing this 2 weeks ago. Two
Mm.
weeks ago, $18 million. And it was 60 million of like bad checks. It was just like
Yeah,
the 18. Yeah, they caught her immediately.
got cocky with
Yeah,
it, got cocky, that's too much,
deal
you
small.
know? It's like that. Well, remember there was that woman that was like stealing just like a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
What company was that? She doing from Wegmans to pharmacy, wasn't
Oh
there something like
yeah.
that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. For
Just a slow
years.
trickle for years, dog.
Yeah.
You, but like once you get that adrenaline going, it's hard to stop.
Double it. Yeah.
Hard to stop, dog.
I know this is like bad for wedding DJs and first off wedding DJs, second the bride and grooms that are going to be losing their wedding venue and money.
Mhm.
But this is also extremely bad news for fat divorced Guidos that want to eat at Crescent Beach.
Mm.
That's their place. That's their like fertile mating ground. You know how the walruses, they'll go to that one rock off of like San Francisco to
Mhm.
mate? Those fat fucks are Italians and they go to Crescent Beach
Is
to
that where you got married?
no, not to
Where'd you
get
get married?
married.
Because yours got shut down, didn't it?
Yeah, but mine got shut down for diarrhea.
I got it.
No, they don't go there to get married. They go there to have their song, their siren song, and get their get their mate for the next couple of weeks. No, the place I got married, I think it was called Golden Pond, and it was in Greece,
Mm.
and we got married there, and then years later they had a bad batch of Thanksgiving dinner that gave
Oh,
everybody the
that's
most
right.
diarrhea. Like people were hospitalized
Yeah.
type of diarrhea.
Yeah.
Hospitalized. So that's where I had my wedding, which is and then it got it's torn down now.
You what? You gotta wonder if there's gonna be some discounts coming up for the places that they own. You know, like the kind of like, hey, we didn't do it, but
Yeah.
yeah, man.
Have the
Uh,
check kiting special.
Do
It
you
seems
think I'm gonna do a live pitch to you for an
yeah,
interlude blog article?
yeah.
Bride and groom feeling a little unsure about $20 million check they wrote out to Winter Garden. Does that
Here's my thing.
does that work?
I love it and
Okay.
I'm into it, but I didn't know what Winter Garden was. I knew her more from Monroe's and Crescent Beach.
Okay. Well, that's because you're a West Sider.
Is it Monroe's Deep East Side? Is Victor, isn't it? Or it's like Pittsford or Penfield.
I guess. But yeah, Crescent Beach, right? That's West Side.
Yeah, that's Grease.
Yeah.
Nasty ass Grease.
Yeah, maybe I'm just too insulated with the Winter Garden thing. I don't know.
But I love it.
I think there's also some place else that they own, but I can't remember off the top of my head what it is.
I
Uh,
kind of
Ridgemont,
I hope she gets away with it.
Ridgemont Country Club. So Monroe's is in Ridgemont, right?
Yeah, she does something with Richmond. I hope she gets
Yeah.
away with it. What do I care about Five Star Bank? What I do care about is Monroe's Chicken Parm, a little Crescent Beach.
Hmm.
I care about Shane's DJing at weddings at Winter Garden. What I don't care about is whether Five Star Bank gets what 5% interest on a $10 million loan. I don't give a crap about that.
Hmm.
So what? So what? She tricked you. She tricked you. She deserves to go to jail because she tricked
This is
you?
kind of your fault. You know what I mean? Like
For
this
real.
this whole scheme feels like it's your
Yeah.
issue, you know?
If I were to put at my ESL account, if I were to try to, you know how you can like scan checks, paper checks with your phone and it goes in automatically?
Yeah.
I've accidentally tried to scan a check twice. And you know what it did? It went,
It
you already scanned this.
yeah.
Hey, Dumbo, you already scanned this. Or I've had a $500 check and accidentally put $50 and it went, hey, this is actually says 500 or, something like that. Hey, Five Star Bank, why'd you even let her get that far? That sounds
Can
like
I
entrapment. That sounds like
can, I-
entrapment to me.
can I tell you how dumb and I'm realizing how much of like this is millennial thing.
Hmm.
It's been so long since I've been to a bank or used cash that I got cash the other day from somebody. They're like, somebody bought something from me on Facebook Marketplace and they gave me cash. And I was like, oh, yeah, that's fine. And I went into my app and I was like, where's the mobile cash deposit?
You shove it into the USB,
What the fuck
the
am I-
lightning.
Like I was going to take a picture of the cash. Be like, I
See,
got the
I
20. And then
got it.
I don't know, like a video of me ripping it up or something. Like, I'm so stupid, dude. I'm
Double
so
thumbs
dumb.
up, rip it.
I got the
See, I
cash.
got it.
Now put the 20 in my account. Fucking dumb, dude. Just a dumb man. Can't believe they let me have two kids.
All right, Shane, I got another story for you.
Yeah.
Some more Eclipse news. Eclipse news time.
Clips.
Um,
I'm trying to think of what's our this is me running thing. We need to have like a stinger to it, don't
oh
we?
yeah. Eclipse news. Ay, papi. Oh,
It's too dark. Oh no.
no, not long
¿Qué
enough.
pasa, son? ¿Dónde está la sun?
Um, Eclipse news. We got a real I feel like a real catch-22 here in Rochester because on one hand, Adam Bello, who runs Monroe County, he's like acting like it's shelter in place. He's acting like Columbine's happening. You
Mhm.
got the guy in Erie County going, we're going to treat the eclipse like it's a freaking snowstorm. Do not leave your homes. The traffic's going to be insane.
Yeah.
Same thing with Monroe County. Traffic's going to be insane. Brockport and Sweden, the town of Sweden, that's where Brockport's in, right? Yeah.
Yep.
Town of Sweden. They're saying any open parking we're going to have, like parks and stuff, like the parking lots, we're closing down. You can't park in Brockport. Sorry.
What?
Don't no parking here. But then on the flip side of that, every town is having an eclipse party. So what the
Yeah.
hell is it? Is it either shelter in place, you're going to get shot in the face by a disgruntled white person,
Mhm.
or let's have some fun, cook up a couple of hot dogs and do some sand art. We're having an eclipse party. What the hell is it, Rochester? What do you want?
Yeah, they don't seem to be on the same page. I did see that there was some clip of some cop on the news being like, "Get your toilet paper, get your water.
Yeah.
It's going down." Yeah, it's like it's giving me really Y2K vibes,
Yeah.
and I'm all for
Super nervous. 500,000 people is expected.
To this area. It's gonna be a standstill. You can't go anywhere. Don't go anywhere.
Yeah.
What are you doing? I took the day off.
Me too.
And this reminds me, I got drunk. Must have been a couple weeks ago, and I volunteered. I signed up to volunteer at the Rochester Museum and Science Center for the eclipse, and I'm gonna have to email them back. They called me right before this,
Wait,
asking me if
why
I
did
was
you
still
do
in.
this? This sounds like something I've never thought you would even attempt to do. What are you talking about? You volunteered?
I'm trying to get out more. I'm trying to do more volunteering
You have
stuff
two
for the
kids.
city.
What are you doing? You don't have to volunteer.
I got one kid and one in the oven. I got to do stuff now. And also, I was kind of hoping there'd be some perks to it. Like I'd get some free glasses or, some free Rochester Museum and Science Center passes, or like, get to play whatever I want on the planetarium speakers and do my own little laser show. A little something, something,
Sure.
a little Tame Impala laser show for maybe
Who would go to that?
maybe play some old Opie and Anthony clips and do some
Oh, with
laser
the lasers?
with the lasers.
That's what I want to do. Old Opie and Anthony clips with the lasers at High Falls,
Mm-hmm.
where like the bear is walking across the falls. Why
Dude,
not?
we could sell out for Jocktober.
Oh my God, just them tearing apart Terry Clifford. Ugh.
Yes. Well,
Oh boy.
we'd have to really recalibrate the labor lasers for that one, but God rest her soul.
R.I.P. Yeah.
She's a big lady.
Okay. Come on. For the love of God, Shane.
She doesn't listen. She's busy.
So all right. Yeah, so either way though, they what I think the most ridiculous thing is Brockport, which everybody's gone, hey, this is the epicenter. This is where you're gonna have 15 extra seconds of darkness from the eclipse. This is like right under the eclipse. Brockport's going, yeah, but you can't park here. Like, what are you, stupid? Embrace this.
This is
Open
your
up
shot.
fields.
This is it, man. This is
Open
it.
up fields and make parking. You're so stupid.
Just put your car wherever in Brockport's campus.
Yeah.
It's what we went to school there, Mark.
Yeah.
I've watched people drive drunk through campus all the time. It's fine. Just stick your car into Brockport. Who cares?
Right. Yeah.
Yeah. No. It's gonna be insane.
All right, Shane. You got it. What
All
other
for darkness.
So we're gonna in a couple of minutes, we're gonna go to the Patreon side of the episode, patreon.com/innerloop podcast. And it's $4 a month. You get extra podcasts and longer podcasts and earlier podcasts, all of that.
Should I do some teasing?
Yeah.
Got a story about MCC getting strapped, and also an update to a story I think we've covered before. And it's a clash of two things that Mark and I love the most, which is fast food and the elderly.
I also just remember at Rock Cinema, Shane does an open mic every Wednesday. If you want to try some
Yep.
comedy, if you want to see some people trying comedy for the first time or working out some new material, you can go there. And then at the last Friday of every month, it's the Showcase Showdown.
You never know who you'll see at these open mics at Rock Cinema. Last week
Mm.
we had professional wrestler Dalton Castle grace our stage,
Yeah. Yep.
and he will never come back.
I think yeah, that was my favorite. I just love how broken Dalton is, that this is a man that is on TV, like
Yeah.
real TV. Not not the show Real TV. He's like on TBS, TNT, actual channels.
He's on Real Sex on HBO.
Yeah. And he is so broken that even at a Rock Cinema, Rochester, New York, Wednesday night open mic, he still needs to get on stage for 3 minutes. He didn't have anything planned. He just said, it's going to happen. I must be on stage. And he got on stage.
Yeah, and then he got off stage, and I was like, "Well, thanks for doing that." And he's like, "Well, now I'm gonna go to a giant arena in Canada,
Yeah.
where lots of people
Love me.
really, really like me.
Really like me.
Like,
Yeah.
so, all right, you win. You win,
Which,
bud.
because when I mean, I bombed because I did it too, and I don't get that to do that to bring back my self-esteem.
Well, you get to go do the radio and
Yeah, that's true.
get all the people on the text line saying that
Oh,
you
he's
know,
so funny.
you're
They're
so
all
handsome.
Oh, well, I get a lot of that, to be honest.
He's got a haircut.
It is like, yeah, it is like being on that radio station is like having 4 or 5 grandmas around you calling you handsome and also seeing how fat you are, but because they're grandmas, they're like, you're so strong.
Mm-hmm.
It's like, well, it's fat. And they're like, you're so big. You're so
You're such a good
strong.
eater.
You're so
My Marky's such a
It's
good
a
eater.
good eater. Look at he's eating 3 bowls of rigatoni.
Cleans his plate.
But,
Ah,
yeah, at the Rock Cinema, I'm working out material for our show coming out, and I was like, I had this joke, and I look, you always want to do well. Doing well, like having people laugh is the goal, right?
Mhm.
But there's something fun about dying completely and nobody laughing at it, because you could really see the extreme weak parts of a joke. And the one that I had was, I didn't even realize I did this when I was writing out the joke. Within a span of 3 minutes, I mentioned hurting Asian people like 4 times. And
Yeah.
as I'm saying it and nobody's laughing, I'm like, dang, this is a weak part of this joke. We can pare down like 3 of these. We
Yeah,
don't
you
need
said Chinese people a lot. And I was like, is this a running bit? Does this pay off at the end of it?
I
Is
think
this a callback at the end? It'd be like one line where he's like, but Chinese people. And we were all gonna be like,
yeah.
you son of a bitch. You put it there.
I just had Chinese people on the mind, I think. I think I just watched Shogun, which is Japan.
That's
but,
Japanese people. So extra racist. That's good.
Yeah, but as nobody's laughing, you start registering in your head. You're like, oh no, I've got 2 more jokes coming up where I mentioned Chinese people. I need to really pare this back So look, on the 13th, it'll be solid. I promise. Okay. But you got to go to Rock Cinema and learn that you're a racist.
There. But yeah, and then we have the showcase show, which is not this Friday, but next Friday. So get those tickets. Last one sold out. So
Nice.
look at us selling out shows, Mark. We're hot commodities.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm racist now.
Well, that's what makes you hot.
All right. So we're gonna go to the Patreon side of the episode, patreon.com/interlude podcast. All right, bye, poor people.